This is the Cherry Stream keyboard. I'm going to show you how to use the Cherry Keys software. This is a flat keyboard, it's mechanical. It's got several buttons on the top in addition to the ones on the top side. It's got the media keys on the top bar, but they all can be assigned. The ones above the number pad, there's a calculator button, a mail button, internet button, and then a lock screen button. And then on the media bar, there's a negative volume, mute volume, plus volume, next track, play and pause, and previous track. So I went to the cherryamerica.com/keys website to download the Cherry Keys software. I got 32-bit and 64-bit, but it didn't download. It's an error page instead. So then I went over to the cherry-world.com services software keys and downloaded it from there. It installs as version 1 build 7 setup. It puts it into the program files. C drive program files, not program files x86. There's also something called the Cherry utility, but that's different. The Cherry Keys works with anything, apparently, because it'll work with my mouse even though it's not a Cherry mouse. So I'll show you how to set up a macro. So you could do this if you press the calculator button. You could assign it so it'll just open documents or your pictures folder or anything you want it to do, run a program. So this is the Microsoft Paint, MS Paint. It's on all Windows 10 computers. You just gotta look for it, put it in your taskbar, put it on the desktop. So if you're in Paint, you go down to Properties, which is Control E for a shortcut. You can change the size of the image, the width and the height. So if you're doing something in Paint and you want more space to do it, you could go in there and just type 5555, 5555, OK. And it'll expand the size. So with the Cherry keyboard and the Cherry Keys software, you can make a macro and automate that. So I'll put it onto the previous track button up there in the media bar. So it isn't immediately obvious how to do this. What you need to do is hold the key down for Control E. So I'll show how to do this. Right, so as if you're going to Properties, that's a Control E, and then you type for the width 555, and then you press Tab to go to height 555, and then Enter or OK. It's the Enter button. Right, so for a macro, I'll clear this and type it all again. You want to hold down Control and let go. It's a down press and a let go, it'll show. Then press 5 once, 5 again, 5 again. Or I'm sorry, you want to hold Control and then press the E button and let that go while still holding Control, and then let go of Control. So that would be your Control E. If you just press Control once and then E once, it won't be a Control E. It has to be captured within. So you got to hold the Control, then press the E, then let go of Control. And then you just press 5555 4 times. Tab, press let go. 5555, and then press Enter and apply it and save it. So now when you come over into Paint and you press that macro button for the previous track, it automatically expands the size. So in the software on the side and the right, you can select the mouse. You can only do the right mouse button, but in Windows you can assign to use your right button as your left button. So if your index finger's getting arthritic and tired, you can swap it over and use your middle fingers. But in that case you can't use your left button, so that's something. But you got to switch it in Windows to do it. So if you have side buttons, you can assign that. The middle scroll button, that's also a button, you can assign that. It's like L3 to R3 on a PlayStation controller. Push down those thumbsticks. So I'll assign this as just a text block, just 1111. And there it is, pressing the button on the mouse puts 1111. So that's good software. Typically you need to own the keyboard from the keyboard manufacturer to use their software. It won't recognize your keyboard. But this Cherry Keys will recognize at least my mouse and my other keyboard. I don't know if it'll work for your mouse and your keyboard, but it definitely works for the Cherry keyboard and my other keyboard and this mouse. So the Cherry Stream, give you a quick review of this one. It's pretty good. It's heavy. It's like a big piece of metal almost inside of it, it feels like. Keys are kind of quiet. It's got a good stroke to it. I don't know anything about mechanical keyboards, but these ones are called scissor keys. I'd recommend it. It's only $26 and it's got all these macros built in, so it's a pretty good deal.